What was a danger?
First leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
One thing I will say is I am a fan of the new shirt of Michael Smith. I thought it was about time he got a new one. He'd been wearing the same one for a few years, and I think sometimes you just need to freshen it up a bit, and he's got some new graphics on his body there, and I think it's very good. I don't think this one's going to take too long. This could be quite swift.
Yeah, certainly could. Two players who like to get on with it. Michael Smith's had an interesting year or so. He really struggled in 2016. That's not me criticising Michael Smith. He said that himself. He said that he kind of hit rock bottom and he wasn't able to fulfil his potential. There was a point in last year where he went 3 months without a win. Only had one win on TV before the World Championship as well, but he's come back pretty strongly this year. It has to be said, he's reached at least the quarterfinals in over a third of the 20 events he's played in.
That's impressive stuff. It's a good bounce back for Michael. I played him earlier this year, and he beat me 6-4. We were 4-all, and he just went out bananas in the last 2 legs.
63.
And he still wasn't happy.
Yeah, he's something of a perfectionist, Michael Smith. This could be a perfect visit from Steve West. Well, not quite, but it matters not if he does that.
The first leg, Steve West.
And he was fantastic at finishing off legs yesterday, Steve West. 6 out of 7 on the doubles. Only needed 7 shots at double to win 6 legs against Prix.
You've got to think that Michael Smith's motivation at this point of the season, look at that number next to his name, that 13. That's getting awfully close to that 16th spot, isn't it? He hasn't been a qualifier for European events for as long as I can remember.
140.
So he's used to playing straight into the Saturday and playing a Sunday. So what he wants to do is have a really good event, or a good couple of events, get some deep runs, and get himself back in that top 10 so he doesn't have to go back to qualifying for these tournaments.
Well, that's a good point, Paul. And if Gary Anderson, his mentor, had decided to compete, that would be 14, because he's above him in the Pro Tour of Merit right now. Steve West, of course, had been a seed in the previous European Tour events this year, but had to go to the qualifiers and managed to get in this one, but not Gibraltar. Now, the 135 is on, double top.
115.
Well, that one came out of the hand just a little bit late. You could see a tiny bit of an adjustment with the shoulder. Wasn't quite there, but he's coming back anyway.
65. I've you required 20.
Shouldn't be a problem. Isn't.
A shot in the second leg, Michael Smith.
1-all.
It's an interesting throwing style to watch as well, isn't it? 'Cause it's so nonchalant, Michael Smith. Chucking routine.
26.
What I like about it is that the lines are good, and I know they talk about lines in dart technique and golf technique, but the lines are brilliant with Michael Smith. He's got a slight lean to his right leg, which is good because he centers all of his weight from the right shoulder all the way to the right foot, and then his arm starts very low and straight, finishes high and straight. That's why he's such a good scorer, but Steve West is the best scorer in this leg so far.
Yeah, you can't get straighter than that, and you can't score a higher score.
Not anymore, anyway. A few years back when they had the quad board, you get a slightly bigger score.
It's hard enough, isn't it, this game, Paul?
I think Dennis Priestley was good on the quad board, but then again, Dennis Priestley was just good at everything.
34.
Anyway, a century of 180s in the tournament. Michael Smith has left himself a chance to break West's throw. And it's just become an even bigger chance.
170.
Because he doesn't have to do it in 3.
Mike's the kind of player who probably would have gone for it anyway.
130.
But it's a perfect layup. But when he comes back,
98. Michael, you record 36.
218s. We'll give him a 2-1 lead.
A shot in the
Bottom
third
corner will
leg,
do.
Michael Smith. Fourth leg, Michael.
It's a break a throw.
Reverse.
Michael can't wait to get back to the hockey. Good balance, as you can see. There's not a great rocking
60.
forward from Michael, even though he's throwing it so hard. It's the tiniest bit of a lunge from Steve, but solid style. It's a great camera angle for people to watch at home if you want to get better. Obviously, John Henderson is a bit of an anomaly, and we love him for it.
91.
But if you want to be nice and solid when you're throwing, stay nice and still.
Yeah, nothing moving but the arm, is he?
60.
Forearm from Steve West. He's not happy with the 60 scored. And Michael Smith will be the happier man in this match so far. He's still the world number 11, Michael Smith. We talk about this so-called bad year. On a 2-year order of merit system, you can kind of afford a bad year, can't you? But you just can't let it roll into 2.
Yeah, you can have a sensational year and a somewhat not sensational year. But for me, obviously no disrespect to the guys in the top 10, but I think Michael Smith's better than 11. From what I've seen of his game firsthand, I think he's a top 10 player for sure.
Destined to be back in the Premier League one day?
No question. He's made for Premier League. Oh, there's that finishing from last night again. Lethal. Breaks back in a heartbeat. How much does Westy want to win this tournament? Everybody's talking about MVG, who we'll see later. Peter Wright, who we'll see later. But don't discount the 2 guys on stage right now. I'll tell you what,
60.
Game after this, don't discount Darryl Gurney. He's a seed now. He's going to have a crack at it.
Well, Smith looking to start with a maximum, unable to do so. But yeah, Steve West is a man who's been going close in tournaments of late. Has had a couple of semi-finals, was beaten 6-5 by MVG in a Pro Tour final at the back end of last year.
35.
So many players now, Paul, who could potentially win tournaments.
100.
So far on the European Tour this year, it's been Michael van Gerwen, the number 1 seed throughout, and Peter Wright, the number 2 seed throughout.
139.
But you wouldn't think that will continue throughout the whole 12 events.
From the outside, as a fan and as a pundit,
91.
It's nice to have different winners now and again, like when Suljevic won back in Riesa last year. That was probably the final of the year. Tiebreaks against Suljevic, because it was so unpredictable. Missed doubles,
91.
great games from Suljevic.
70.
Michael Smith can definitely find himself back in the winner's circle. He brings his A game this week. He's already won 3 of these things. 76, 16 for tops. Tops for 3-2.
36.
That'll probably look good in the A. Just waiting for it to dip into tops. He didn't quite make it.
So to break back again. Bully Boy wants the bullseye.
60. Stevie require 40.
Fine margins in this game, Murph.
Certainly is, and a sigh of relief for Steve West, who doesn't miss doubles.
Big shot in the 5th leg, Steve West. 6th leg, Michael Hudrover.
Yeah, you mentioned Michael Smith winning 3 European Tour events. Only Phil Taylor and Michael van Gerwen still have more than that.
100.
Now, Peter Wright has joined Michael Smith on 3 this season.
Yeah, he only had 1 before this show. He's won 2 of the first 3 this season.
That was just ridiculous, the fact that he only had 1 before the season started. I mean, he'd been in so many finals.
59.
But then that's one of the reasons why Michael van Gerwen's got 15. But now he's got 3. I guarantee by the end of the year he probably wants about 5 or 6.
140.
Peter Wright and Michael van Gerwen both in action this evening. Snakebite taking on James Ruthless Richardson. But MVG looking to get rid of Keegan Brown. They're still to come. Also Adrian Lewis. He's an unseeded player in the last match. And here comes Bully Boy
180.
with his first match.
Good leg from Michael. You'll always take 81 after 9 if you're a pro. You'll take 11 daughter and all. Just like that.
Michael Smith.
Just what the doctor ordered.
7th leg, Steve, you throw first.
On throw.
Game on.
Good quality game. These guys have played each other 3 times before. 2-1 to Michael Smith. That surprises me, you know, the amount of darts that we play these days. You'd expect these two have played each other more, but it's only been 3 times.
Yeah, Smith beat Steve West in a Pro Tour quarter-final in Barnsley back in March. He hadn't played for 2 years before that, and another 2 years before that. Seem to have avoided each other.
130.
Funny how it works in the draw, though, sometimes. You go through patches of playing the same guy all the time. I've played Barnabel loads this year. Still haven't beaten him. Your time will come, Raymond. But maybe these guys will play each other 4 or 5 times this year.
36. Stevie, 170.
Well, they've left it plenty in this game, haven't they?
There they have, and West might get a go. Not this time. Now, Michael Smith, which route?
134.
Some options here. Yeah, I thought he might look at 54, because he may have gone with 2 double tops after that.
Absolutely, because that was one of the Gary Anderson shots.
40.
Back from the 2007 Grand Prix, nailed it against Taylor. Tops. Doesn't miss again.
Steve West.
He could sell his doubles percentage for a lot of money this weekend, Steve West. Quality stuff. 4-3 West now. Bully Boy's in a game.
Yeah, West finds himself 2 legs from the checkered flag, and if he does win this, then he'll definitely be a non-seed in the quarterfinals, because the winner takes on Rob Cross.
125.
He was impressive this afternoon, wasn't he?
He's impressive every time we see him, isn't he? He's
60.
Fantastic. I mean, the game I saw him lose on the Pro Tour against Michael van Gerwen, but he still got it to 6-5, and Michael van Gerwen was forced to go out in 4 visits in the decider.
Yeah. Well, the amount of money that he's costing Simon Whitlock right now, I think Whitlock probably nicked his wallet.
But it's just going a bit wrong for Michael Smith right now, and this is a real opportunity opening up for Steve West.
100.
What's the major thing that's got better with Steve West over the last year? Because it has been the last 12 months where things have changed. He's made a Pro Tour final, beat Phil Taylor on TV at the Grand Prix. He's doing things that he previously wasn't doing as a good player. Now he's become better. Because obviously his doubles have got better, but I think something's clicked in his head. He's more confident in himself now. What do you think?
That was a word I think I was waiting for you to dig out, Paul. Confident. Seemed to come from nowhere the first couple of runs, but he stayed there. Continued to ride that wave.
35.
But he has finally this weekend made a mess of a finish, and Smith wants a bullseye.
62.
Doesn't find it.
Can just West put it right? For that, wasn't he? He knew it was a bit short.
Madhouse then. Oh, he's found it, and that will be as valuable as any double he's hit all weekend.
I tell you what, the line, and that camera angle was perfect. The line of that shot was right over the single one. I think he didn't know that was in until George Noble called it. And it's one of those moments you just think, tell me it's game shot, George, and it was game shot.
1 leg away then for Steve West, and he doesn't want to give Michael Smith a single chance.
180.
Well, if you want someone to have a 3-leg stretch to win the match, Michael Smith is one of those guys. It's Steve West. Perfect start the leg.
Well, he's been averaging less than Smith for the duration of this match. Bully Boy's been above the 100 mark for most of the tie. Yet he finds himself in that position, as mentioned, Paul, needing to win 3 legs on the spin.
57.
We know he can do it, but will he be allowed to?
It's not looking good, because Steve West has still got the throw. Looking to leave 170 again.
58.
Well, if he had a treble 18, it would have left 170, but decided to go back to the 60.
But if he leave it enough, we'll see it. Smith's going to leave a finish.
140.
What do you give for another 180 here? 1 in. That'll do.
140.
That forces Michael Smith to hit this 164 move.
164 plays 64, and 64 is a shot that Steve West will come back for.
109. Stevie requires 64.
To do to Michael Smith what unseeded players have been doing to him. He's going to get one dart at double top.
24.
And it's
Michael
a little bit
55.
away. Smith gets a reprieve.
15 for tops. Still open for business. Closes the door. That's one down. He needs two more. Steve West has had a match dart, and it was a bit of a flyer. But if he takes a deep breath now, he's still got an opportunity. But it becomes a different game now, doesn't it?
140.
All of a sudden, Michael Smith's got the throw here, and then he puts the pressure on Steve West in the next leg. Only if he wins this leg, though, Michael Smith.
58.
Yeah, we're seeing a few 6-5s, aren't we?
131.
Yeah, because there wasn't many yesterday. It was only a couple.
Van der Paas. 6-5 against Joe Mernon. Webster. 6-5 against James Wade.
I think Joe Mernon is probably wanted to wrap his hands around Big Ben's neck. I mean,
43.
no disrespect to Ben, but how did he win that match? Joe Mernon was so much better for the first 10 legs.
121.
Benito Van der Paas is starting to become a grinder. He's starting to grind out games that he's not bossing, but he's just getting through.
There's something to be said for winning when you're not playing your best, and we've seen a few players do that today and over the course of this weekend. But Michael Smith also must be wondering what he has to do. How has he found himself in this position, having
129.
averaged around 10 points higher than his opponent for most of the match? West gets another chance
93.
to send Michael Smith to room 101.
Room 101 starts with a 17, 84. Just see the pain on his face as if to say, come on, hit it treble. But Michael Smith to take it all away, double 18. We're going all the way, it's another 6-5. West got the throw. Who's going to win this one?
Final leg, Steve, to throw first.
Well, we thought it would be close. We struggled to decide which of these pair we're booking a last 16 clash with Cross. I think if Steve West doesn't win from here, he'll be feeling
100.
Cross.
Steady start from West.
120.
Oh, great stop from Smith, but he gets a bounce out. I don't know whether that just wobbled in the board and came out, or whether it hit a wire.
But he's a player over the years that has let things affect him. He's improved that part of his game.
I think both of them have.
100.
They've both been ones to show their emotions up there and give their opponent some ammunition. But I think they're both improving in that aspect.
You do get bits of bad fortune in darts, don't you? Bounce outs and players taking out big shots against you that are sort of 1 in 25 shots. But Michael Smith has not let that bounce out affect him.
140.
And he's down to a finish first. Although Steve West is going to force him to take it if he wants to move into the last 16. What a visit that is. What a visit this could be.
Oh, it could have been. I tell you what, the pressure was piled on Michael Smith with the brilliance of Steve West. Can he finish it off? Should be able to with that. One more. Gets it. What a great game of darts. Steve West comes out on top. Both guys should take a bow.